When you force deep underground, well, you see things from the bottom up. And down at the bottom of the city, I saw a fire burning. The fire's got heat aplenty, but it ain't got no mouth. Daisy, now she got herself a mouth big enough for all the fires in Columbia.
Here I come!
Yeah, there's a war coming. You can smell it in the air. Fear, hatred, people dying every day. But how many more will suffer if we rise up? Violence begets violence, I know this. I've seen this. The rational mind argues for a peaceful solution to find a common ground, but what common ground is there to find for a father who watches his child bleed out in the street? How do you deny him his vengeance? I know that fire that burns deep inside. I know it all too well. And when the time comes, will I be able...
Our current state of being, or lack thereof, has left my brother...
What's that thing you just picked up?
My guess is that it has something to do with that giant clock out there. And that clock has something to do with opening the door to Fink's lab.
A giant clock.
Sort of. Looks like the mechanism unlocks certain activities when Fink gives his blessing.
So what? We're stuck waiting for the cuckoo to go off?
No. We've already found the clock key. We can manually wind it. Open whatever door we please.
Sure seems like a lot of work to lock down a few doors.
Yeah, well, if there's one thing Fink loves, it's a lot of work.
goddamn sea slugs. Could that Oriental have come up with a more inconvenient fuel for his plasmids?
As to the matter of religion, let me place myself in the camp of the agnostic. I pretend to understand the mysteries of the infinite no more than you, Comstock, or anyone else for that matter. But for the sake of argument, let's say this is all one unhappy accident, and we're all alone in our toils. Then who would Comstock use to control and shame us with rules that apply only to those with not a penny in their pocket? If there were no God, you could rest assured the first deed done by the first rich man would be inventing him.
There is a God, and I've seen more evidence to the contrary than in support. You'd think he'd have put Adam into the belly of a nice little seagull or crow. The cost of all these underwater expeditions are murdering my margins.
Good. How to get that idiot his lock of hair.
Listen, I got you your gun. I'm here for my issue.
But my booker to win died for the Vox Populi. You either an imposter or a ghost. My booker to win was a hero to the cause, a story to tell your children. You just complicated it.
Look, are you there? I miss you. You were the only one who ever... You were my only friend. Booker,
I'm not even here. I'm a projection of your own.
could you humor me then? Please.
I think Booker would miss you.
That's enough of that business. I'm done.
No escape, pig! Yes, you can. Lousy traitor. I bet I can find him.
Still pretty hungry.
Hold the course!
Come out! Don't believe any of them.
Death
That's
to
enough
the
of that
pigs!
business. I'm done.
And I'll be running this town soon enough.
Hunt you down!
Still breathing. Who did this? I can smell ya. Yeah.
Jesus, it's ripe in here. Say, somebody fetch me a millionaire to clean this mess up.
Hunt you down!
Oh well.
Don't think you can hide from me. Gonna hunt you down.
Better look elsewhere.
For this. Probably a few still hiding round.
Never seen kill her.
Who done this? Someone about? Kill her!
Come back here.
No point leaving without the hair sample. Suchong will just keep the tear shut until I have it.
Where are you?
Long live Daisy!
Who is sneaking around out there? Now let the others worry about it.
I guarantee, who has time for all that paperwork?
Come out of there!
Show yourself.
Get it. I quit.
Here I come.
Show yourself! Yes, she ran.
Yada, bad. Come out, come out!
Comstock promises there's nothing to be worried about. But I don't like the smell of things down in Finkton. Not one bit. If trouble rears its ugly head in the form of one cantankerous negress, I've laid in some supplies in the event of a forced evacuation. They're down in what I call my chamber of panic, near the base of my statue. I've set the code to 8371.
Who did this? I can smell ya. You're afeard of me.
I guarantee who has time for all that paperwork?
Stop me this time. You can't stop me this time.
Daisy sacrificed herself. Set me up to kill her, to turn me into what?
A killer.
Yeah, well, mission accomplished. I'm no martyr. How did you do it, Booker? How did you...
Elizabeth, I'm not Booker.
And neither am I.
Just bide your time. Bide your time.
Seems like Fink and Suchong were sharing their research.
Like the Lutesses. Cross-reality collaboration. It all makes a kind of sense. The little sisters and the big daddies. Songbird and me.
constants and variables. What is all this?
Imprinting. That's a wire mother. If you separate a gorilla from its real mother, it will imprint on almost anything. Even that.
Why would Fink care about that?
Songbird. He wanted him to imprint on me.
Well, if I recall, that was a problem he solved. What's that?
It's a skeletal formula for oxytocin. That's the chemical that bonds mothers to children, women to men, and...
Songbirds to little girls?
Apparently not. Fink dismissed it as an unsuitable vector. These poor things. Fink couldn't get them to imprint, so I left them to die. Imprinting failed. That can't be right. Clearly they formed a connection between Songbird and me.
How?
I was so young, I always remember him just being there. It must be a prototype or something.
Is it human?
Does it matter? Tried hypnotherapy.
On the Songbird. How'd that go?
About as well as you'd expect. Booker. The little girl in the film. It's me. My God. I remember he'd crashed into the tower. I guess he was in some sort of fight. I waited there thinking, I don't know, that something would happen, but he just lay there, moaning. I couldn't just...
The lion with the thorn in its paw. So much for science.
I should have just left him there to die. I should have just... I will never escape it. Exploited, exploiting, me, Comstock, you, Sally. It's like a wheel of blood spinning round and round. Well, this must be the genetic sample Suchong wanted.
He sent you all the way back here for a sample of your own hair.
He doesn't know I was once the child that imprinted on Songbird. But to him, all the answers lie in DNA. Men like Suchong mistake an ounce of empathy for a pound of science.
It's open. See if anything's worth reappropriating. Check for stragglers. Spread out.
Somebody hide! Let God live!
Here I come. What's going on?
Sure, yes.
No surrender! You can't hide forever! Some kind of who do you think was an animal? I'll find you. Come on! Don't think you can hide from me. I'll find her.
Little piggy!
Chasing my own shadow. She long gone.
Let somebody else look for her. I could be useful to her too. He's in the way. Yeah, bring it up at the meeting. It's his fault. What is that? I could be useful to her too.
barely killed anyone all day. It's so easy. Can't stop me this time. You can't stop me this time. Barely killed anyone all day. Who's there? Don't worry, I got your backs. Death to oppressors! Gonna hunt you down. I ain't trying to do it. Someone else can fight. Never stop fighting! Back here. Can't stop me this time. You can't stop me this time. Chasing my own shadow. It's so easy. He'll squeal. Can't stop me this time. You can't stop me this time.
It has occurred to me that this breakthrough regarding the songbird casts my arrangement with the Oriental doctor in a new light. What more could be gained by this continued partnership? What secrets that I could not answer for myself? Su Chong can only offer table scraps, and Jeremiah Fink has richer meat in mind.
What you got there?
Dunno. Just grabbing anything that looks halfway there.
Over here! Shake a leg!
Since when did you become Lord and Master? Used to tow for the man. But now at least I tow for myself.
that piggy!
Imagine a gas lamp. Pretty nice over here. Do you think Daisy really even had a choice?
What do you mean?
Right about now, I'm planting a pair of scissors in her back to protect a child she was never going to harm. But she chose to die for her revolution. What about me? For all the endless worlds, all the infinite possibilities. Did I ever even have a choice? Did you?
Yeah. Booker thought he did.
Look where it got us. Right back where we started.